Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Karn Eldrazi Ramp on the draw for game one. That's a pretty decent start by opponent, I will admit. Draw, triple temple, double command. Interesting. Hold up the ability to respond the off chance that it becomes relevant. Saga. Yeesh. Another Emery. If nothing else, they can grab back Bauble. There's an Opal, though. And it says target artifact cards, so they can even grab a Spire, but looks like they'll grab Might. Tis a Might. Bauble. Draw. Stomping Grounds. Temple. I am a little bit worried about a Metallic Rebuke, so I'm tempted to cast K Command now to get rid of Opal Bauble, but I'll hold. Upkeep, draw, Saga Trigger. Imagine the Emery here for Bauble. K Command, X equals 2. Let's go after Opal Bauble. See if you have Metallic Rebuke. No Metallic Rebuke. That's good. Another Bauble. Paying cost for Tamiyo. Alright. Hallowed Fountain Shock. Okay, to make a construct, I see. Yes, that makes sense to me. Bauble, target me. Bauble, draw. Rumble. So, I'm trying to think here. I'm kind of worried about a few things. They're going to draw with Bauble, draw, be able to attack with Tamiyo if I don't have a blocker. Even if I do, they can actually flip it before it lands. So that's concerning in its own right. I'm going to start with a Rumble. Not much going here, so we'll go Null Drifter. I could also try and get rid of Tamiyo. Okay, I think I have an idea of what I want to do. I'll pass. They'll make a construct. We can deal with that later. I guess, there's 3 artifacts in Yard right now. Saga Trigger makes a construct. Makes a construct. Yes. You have a construct, you give it boots. Well, they should have attacked with the Haywire Might, but didn't for whatever reason. There's boots. A Citadel. Equip. Bobble. This does mean they don't have enough mana to flip Tamiyo. So I think I'm going to ramp and then exile and yard. 1, 2. They still have the ability to play a Metallic Rebuke, so I'm going to do this. And hold our spawns. Alright, Emery blinks again. Pithy Needle, naming what? Karn? Ugin, interesting. Tamiyo triggers, grows the constructs. I will block and block. Down to 19 and draw. Well, that is funny. So we could get rid of Tamiyo right now. Is it better to play the Sire instead or the Null Drifter to dig? That is interesting to me. Right now we need to get out of this pickle because even if we land the Sire, it doesn't do too much to impact the board state because of Tamiyo's clue. So maybe exiling the Tamiyo would have been the right move. So I think we start with Null Drifter. I can at the very least block the Tamiyo, though I guess that would result in them just flipping it. There's Null Drift. There's Karn. Okay, if we can survive a turn, we can clear out the constructs. I'll pass. One card in hand, draw. So yes, they can flip the Tamiyo, another Emery. Worst case scenario here is that they find a Kappa. Thought Monitor is okay, but not great. Draws 2 cards. Flips the Tamiyo. I do wonder if they should have attacked first. But this does just flip the Tamiyo regardless without them having to crack a clue. I guess actually 2 clues now I think about it. Bobble. Land. Tamiyo plus. Paying cost. This is a Kappa. Yes, ETB trigger. So now we are in a bit of trouble. I need something more akin to an Emrakul. So we'll take 6 damage. And block and block. Next problem is that I currently only have 7 Eldrazi mana. This has developed awkwardly. 4, that is perfect. 4, 10, 11, seriously 12, no shot. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Frickin' Christ. And I can't play Karn into EE. either. Okay. How do we want to proceed then? I mean, we can make blockers and ensure that we don't die to the constructs at least. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 minus 2 would be 6. Actually, can that work? If I Myco spawn 1, 2, 3, 4. Karn, yes, this can work. No, I'll still be short, right? Because I'll have 4 exactly. So I can play the Karn, but I won't have anything thereafter. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left over. So would it be better instead just to play a Cyrus 7 Deaths? Possibly. I mean, I can at least shrink. Is there anything in the yard that I don't want them to cast with Tamiyo? I suppose Thoughtcast to dig deeper. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, no. So I'd only go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. But I wouldn't be able to Bajuka Bog then. I'd only be able to go Tormod's Crypt. So yeah, the Cyrus 7 Deaths might be the right move. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I hate all of this. I really hate all of this. I alternately can go Mega Spawn Kick, remove an artifact, Bajuka Bog. Or, okay, I have an idea. Myco Spawn. Ugin Lab, Imprint, Ugin. Stomping Ground, Shock. Down to 11. KGC. Minus KGC, yes. Tormod's Crypt. Tormod's Crypt. Target you. This removes Emery from getting more artifacts and removes them from getting back with Tamiyo. At this point, we pass and hope that they do view Karn as a genuine threat. Because if so, then that takes their focus off of my life total. Portable Hole, ETB, triggers the Kappa, but will not lead to my death just yet. I say as Kappa's now an 8/7 unblockable. Oh, we actually do die, don't we? Because all at me... Shoot. Yeah, they had to have exactly 2 artifacts, right? Because we block, 10, 11, 12. So maybe going Cyrus 7 Deaths would have been right. After all. We were short on Emrakul because we didn't have a creature in yard. Ironically, if I had blocked with the Null Drift, we would have been fine. If I had played the Cyrus 7 Deaths, I would have at least been alive for the next turn to Emrakul. The only problem I see with that is what? Maybe there wouldn't have been a problem. Swing with the Kappa, get another 7. Maybe that would have been fine. Yeah, maybe in retrospect, going for the Sire would have been okay. Alright. Yeah, Affinity can be an awkward matchup sometimes. We'll bring in Dismember. Cut the Gemstone, cut an Emrakul, and run it back. I am still curious to why they went with whatchamacallit, why they went with Ugin for the Pithy Needle. Mulligan. Yeah, that a forest would be fine. That one's equally awkward, but can be made better. Yeah, if we find ourselves with a Malevolent Rumble, this would be peak. Pitch the Breeding Pool. Done. Running Catacomb. Pass. Put a pause on end step. Bridge. Opal. Bobble. Emery. Finds the Kappa, so we do need to get rid of Yard pretty soon. Opal. Tameo? No. Why do that then? Interesting. Hedge Maze. Trigger. Could be holding up a Consign, I suppose. Command top. This way we can blank Emery. And they try and go for Opal. Play Temple, pass, hold command. Blue. Emery target Opal, command, exile Opal. Done. Done. Do you have Metallic Rebuke? Or a Consign? There's the Rebuke. We'll pass. So they get the Opal, but might not be able to do too much with it as a result. They at least can hold up a blue for a Consign, I suppose. Next turn we're going to go Myco Spawn into another Opal. Right. Thoughtcast. Draw 2. Bridge. Draw. So we can go Lab. 5. 4. Bajuka Bog. Two, 3, 4, 5. So if we draw into a 7-mana value spell, we can cast it. They still have access to Bobble, so they can Bobble then Emery. Not ideal, but it is what it is. At the very least, we can Divination of Null Drifter. There's Tameo. Bobble trigger, they'll draw. Draw. Go to combat. Attempt to resolve Sire's 7 deaths. Consign to memory resolves. No reason to play the forest, is there? Actually, there is, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We draw into a land, we can cast a Null Drifter. Alright, we're empty-handed. Bob will target me. Yeah, 2 card draws a turn is pretty nice. So they can flip the Tamiyo as well to try and get back the Consign. That's actually concerning. Bobble. Attacks with Tamiyo. Gets a clue. Did they flip the Tamiyo? Yes. No? Oh, well, yes. The plus of the Tamiyo. Bobble, 1 card left. If the Capo and we're in trouble. Aw, son of a... Oh, is that? Draws of a clue. Okay. 2 cards in hand. Dispatch. Son of a bitch. Okay. Bob will target me. Okay, so we were able to get to the Null Drifter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Return Null Drifter to hand. Cast Drifter non-evoked. Let's see if you have another Consign or Rebuke. We'll hold up a green source. Bobble, target me. Draws 2, finds another Drifter. We can't cast Drifter, so we'll pass at this point. Tamiyo could also grab back Dispatch, which is pretty rough. Saga. Bobble. You could also grab back Consign, returns Dispatch. So Null Drifter's down. Yep. Paying cost for Soul Guide Lantern. Okay. It's the K command, shrinking my yard by 2 types. 2 cards in hand and pass. Draws a card of Soul Guide. Plays a Shadow Spear. 2 cards in hand. Bob will target me. It's going to be 3 cards. Bobble trigger. K command. Draw 2. Ugin. Play Temple. And hold Command X2. They can't go back for the Dispatch, which is good. Saga. Another Saga, jeez. Emery. K command. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to ramp, and the reason being is I want to make sure we have the ability to pay for a metabolic or metallic rebuke. At this point, we pass in full. There's metallic rebuke. Okay, so we'll get the bobble. Plus Tamiyo. Draw. K return. Do we attack the Tamiyo? We could just go to exile it. There's so many artifacts is the problem. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It'll be a 10-10. Criminy. Oh boy. So Ugin's likely to die if we attack. I mean, it's likely to die, I think, regardless, isn't it? Go to combat. Actually, I might be likely to die if I attack. Yeah, in retrospect. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. So we won't be able to pay for the metallic rebuke. Ugin target Tamio? Yeah. Do you have a consign? No consign. The next question becomes, do I want to get rid of the Emery? I think I need to draw cards to get out of the situation. Draw. Oh, that's unfortunate. Tapped and pass. Yeah, I think I need Karn at this point. It is 7/7. Minio Construct are on their way. 8. They'll give it haste. There'll be 9 9s. Oh, Shadow Spear is going to give something trample too and lifelink. Yikes. There's the boots. Bobble. 10 10s. Uh-huh. Why not equip the Shadow Spear? Can't do anything about that, so Ugin down. I guess they want to just get another construct? No, they could do that and hold Emery. Bobble. Bobble target me. 3 cards in hand. Tamio. Draw. Draw. Oh no. Huh. Problem is that opponent's going to have 4 constructs next turn, all of them able to attack, so I lose. Yes, we concede. Yeah. Affinity do be like that sometimes. When they just go off, they go off. Alright, well, on to match 2. Alright, and we're back for match 2. On the draw for game 1, I will keep Gemstone Cavern, the Jukabog Pass. Would love to see a Malevolent Rumble off the top. Forest. Sprawl. Could be a mirror match. Likely is. We found the Rumble we were looking for. Verdant Catacombs. Fetch. For a forest. Sprawl. For red. Rumble. Let's see a Myco spawn. Could have done without seeing the second, but I'll take it. Because this does mean we have a turn 2 kicked Myco spawn. Unless they interact with the spawn. Let's see what they got. Wooded Foothills. And passing. Draw. Ugin Lab. Imprint. kick Myco Spawn. And opponent scoops it up. They see what's coming. Opponent scoops it up. Alright. I think it's safe to assume this is Eldrazi Ramp. Win for game 1. Bringing Consign for game 2. Cut the returns. And run it back. I mean, that's what Gemstone can do sometimes. Turn 2 kicked Myco Spawn. Ain't gonna happen much else, in a much different way. Alright. The question now becomes which version is opponent on? Are they on Gruul? Are they on Temur? Are they on Karn? Non-Karn? All relevant questions, especially because Stone Rain is probably the best card in this matchup. Just being able to turn to a Stone Rain is very impactful. Like sometimes, yeah, you can recover from it, but other times it can just be devastating. So we do need to play around that in some capacity while also not sandbagging our game plan to the point where it's detrimental, right? So there's a give and take to be had. On the draw for game 2. I will keep this. It's a turn 2 K command to a turn 3 kick Myco Spawn. Keep. Pass. Reveals Devourer of Destiny. We'll get more of an idea of which version this is, but given Devourer, this is likely an iteration of Chris MTG's Gruul list, which is a more traditional version of Eldrazi Ramp, which previously did not run Karn nor Ugin, but I think recently they may have picked up some number of Ugin. We'll see. There's Bog, Stomping Grounds Command. Good to see Bog on, I suppose. Forest, Utopia Sprawl. Stirring. So this is a slow start. This is actually really good because it means that they can't even turn to a Stone Rain. There's a Talisman. Okay. Draw. Ugin Lab. Imprint Drifter, Imprint Ugin. Ugin's a good mirror breaker. I'm going to imprint Ugin though. Talisman. Pass. And pass. No reason to hold. We could, keywords here, hold up the Verdant Catacombs in an attempt to bluff for a consign, right? Temple. Talisman. Okay, if they have another temple or soul land, they could be kicking next turn. Writhing Chrysalis does let us get a body on board and ramps us the same as the K command. I think that would make the most sense. So I'll go Stomping Ground Shock. You know, the body on board is important. We'll pass. And hold. Do they have a soul land for a kicked Myco Spawn? They do. So this is likely to imprint Devourer. Yep. Do they have the kicked Myco Spawn is the follow-up question. It looks like it. Yep. And there's the kicked Myco Spawn. I guess there's also an argument to be made where I could have just played Myco Spawn into a Ghost Quarter, and it would have set them back a land. There's a thought there. Temple hits the lab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Short on Emrakul. The Soul Land would have been nice, admittedly. The unfortunate fact is now, even with averting Catacombs, we can play the Writhing Chris, but we still will end up short of a kicked Mycospawn the following turn. I will play the Verdant Catacombs regardless. Fetch. Let's go for Breeding Pool Shock. Yes. Cast the Writhing Chrysalis. Triggering Writhing Chrysalis. Alright, so we do have enough for the kick to Mycospawn now. We'll attack with Chrysalis. Apply some pressure. It now comes down to what 3 cards they have in hand, right? We can grow these Chrysalis quite big and K-Command for 3. So it's equivalent of 6 damage. Well, there is World Breaker and a Sowing Mycospawn. 1, 5, 6, 7. So they can go World Break. World Break will hit a land. It doesn't really matter which. It'll knock us down from x equals 4 to x equals 3. We could still win, though. Because, yeah, if we do 3, 6, 9, 9, 11, we'd still... Or, actually, sorry. We'd have 6, 11. 11 plus 6 is 17. We actually do have lethal damage. Interesting. That resolves. So we could win. There's no way they allow me to do that, though, right? Interesting. And I don't think we can't not go for it. For blue. So yeah, this is an x equals 3. So immediately our Chrysali get to 6, 7, and 5, 6. So that's 11 damage, plus an additional 6. So that would be 17 if let through. We are 1 short now. They kicked Mycospawn otherwise. I say we go for it and just apply pressure. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm a little bit worried about an Emrakul. Alright, so we will go trigger, always resolve, trigger. K-Command. I think I'll exile cards from Yard here. 1, 2... Let's see. I guess Mycospawn for 3... Yeah. And done. You can kill the World Breaker and deal a significant amount of damage. It means we're doing very little next turn, admittedly. At most, we'll be able to cast a Divination. And at that point, we'll pass. Down to 7. Lethal's now on board. The question is, do they have blockers? They have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2 short of the Emrakul. A Writhing Chrysalis of their own? Looks like it. They have blockers, what it's worth. Well, hit me down to 10. Chrysalis will grow to 4. That'll be 7. I mean, that could be trouble. Down to 5. A K command would end it. 2. Stone Rain. Rude. Well, there goes the Null Drifter Divination plan. I think we just have to apply the pressure. If they have the K command, they win. They'll sack. Again, that'll be 7 damage, 2, 4. But they're going to need 2 blockers is the biggest thing. Do you have the K command? It wouldn't be lethal damage regardless. Pass. You can get the Devourer as another blocker. That will mean that the Writhing Chrysalis would be lethal, so I'm going to have to leave back a Writhing Chrysalis. At this point, we're just racing to the bottom. And Emrakul will absolutely hose us, though. Again, they need 2 blockers unless they can deal the Chrysalis. If they have the K command, they win. Two, 3. What you doing here? I think they're trying to return World Breaker. 2, 4, 6, 9. They'd be short 1 though. 4. Okay, so they have the World Breaker. They'll hit the Talisman. Hit me for 7. No, they can't hit me for 7. Otherwise they lose. World Break hits Talisman, sure. Down to 6. They have to block both. So short of having a K command again, this should work. Yes. They have to block both. Alright, do you have the K command? Or Double Rumble? Double Rumble will also get you there. One Rumble. Finds a Sowing Mycospawn, but has no green. You should have kept up that green. So I think they need to go for the Forest now. Because now they need to play the Devourer and hold back the Chrysalis. I don't think they have a choice. Grabs the Forest. They'll play the forest. Return Devourer. I guess they don't have to play the forest, but... Oh, okay, I see. They have the spawn, so they cast the Devourer. Then I can attack in with both, and they'll block both. So they'll tip me for 4 down to 2. So I'll have to hold a Writhing Chrysalis back. Actually, I'll have to hold both Chrysalis back. Shoot. Yes, the Malevolent Rumble might just get them there. Shoot. Because, yeah, I can't attack with either now. Otherwise, we die. Oh, that Rumble. Next problem is they have 3, 7, 10, which means they will be able to bring back the World Breaker next turn. And that should be lethal at that point. We can't even attack in with 1 because those block the spawns. So we have to pass. Yeah, the Stone Rain unironically may have killed me, which is all too common. So the best thing they can do here, return World Breaker, cast World Breaker. Because then they'll have, Shifting Woodlands. Not enough because it doesn't have haste, so we're safe there for now. But, not to mention they only have 3 types in Yard. But again, casting the World Breaker is the right move here. Because that will present lethal damage next turn. Because I will not be able to play anything to get me out of that. Maybe I should have... Maybe I should have made spawns instead of getting rid of their yard. Ugh. Pass. If I had done that, then A, we could have played this Sowing Myco spawn to clear their yard. Sanctum. Again, they could return the World Breaker at any time and cast it. Trigger Sanctum. And grab Emrakul. They clearly don't see the line for whatever reason. Okay, here's the World Breaker. Sacrifice the lab, I imagine. Yes. Cast World Breaker. We'll have to target something. It is not a may, it is a must. Probably just targets, I don't know, their forest? No, I guess their talisman. I don't think it matters because they'll be able to grab Emrakul. Oh, no, they could have targeted their Sanctum. Yeah, they could have stacked the triggers to target the Sanctum. Yeah. That would have been the best move. Because then you sacrifice the Sanctum prior to the exile trigger. Sanctum's already sacked, so it doesn't matter. But, I mean, the best thing to grab here is Emrakul. It just ends. I mean, the game's just over as is. So it's a moot point. Damn. Yeah, in retrospect, what I should have done, I think... I mean, I was trying to play around the Emrakul, but I could have easily just gone Myco Spawn the following turn. I mean, Temple allows me to go after the spawn, but that doesn't do enough. We can attack in for 2, but since I don't have the third mana, I can't make a blocker. Ah, damn. Okay, yeah, we'll concede. Tis a concession, so maybe a slight misplay on my part, missed line. We were worried about Emrakul, but didn't really consider the possibility of the Stone Rain just closing me out. Because if we had been able to draw, or, drink a bit deeper from the well, then maybe we could have done something more, but maybe we're not able to. All right. On the play for game 3, I will keep... We're looking for either a green source or a K command. Opponent goes down to 6. Down to 5. That is reassuring for us. As a lot of our ramp pieces take up between 2, like at least 2. Lab is 2, as well as Utopia Sprawls 2. So Ugin Lab, Imprint, Emrakul, and pass. And hold. Let's see what they exile. Worst case scenario is, of course, a turn 2 Stone Rain. Emrakul, that's good to see. Chrysalis, good to see. Forest for a Sprawl. Okay, for red. So it could be a turn 3 Stone Rain. No green source. Shoot. We'll play the temple. We'll pass. And hold in case of a Stone Rain. Windswept Teeth. Windswept Teeth fetch. This looks like a Stone Rain. Forest, Stone Rain, Blood Moon. What? Huh? Fascinating. Return Emrakul to hand. So I need to find a talisman or a forest. Here's the talisman. Pass. And pass. 3 unknowns in hand. Talisman. And passing. Draw. Second rumble. Rumble number 1. There's a forest. Tempted to go for a Karn, but I think I need to press forward here. Rumble number 2. Utopia Sprawls mana neutral next turn. Go Misty Rain. Because 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have Emrakul next turn. Otherwise, we have a litany of other cards we can play. Opponent passes. Draw. Misty Rain. Sprawl on Forest. For blue. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 minus 2 is 11, so we can't play Writhing Chrysalis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can play a 7-mana value spell. Tempted to play the World Breaker. I think that might be right. World Break, target the forest. And pass. So we'll be 1 short of the Emrakul. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, actually, we'll still have it. Because, yeah, that's right. We ramped 1 with the Sprawl. And opponent scoops it up. We'll take the win. Yeah, that Blood Moon was weird. Like, normally in Aragast builds, Magus the Moon can be seen sometimes, but a Blood Moon proper was a weird one. Was not expecting that. But we got there. With that said, we'll be back for match 3. Alright, and we're back for match 3 on the draw for game 1. We'll keep. Pass. Opponent goes down to 5 cards. Okay. Arid Mesa. No fetch. A little bit concerning. Could be Ruby Storm. Ugin Lab. Any reason to play the Ugin Lab now? No. Go Verdant Catacombs. Pass. Fetch. Elegant Parlor. Elegant Parlor. Yeah, I feel like Ruby Storm. Thrilled by that prospect. Ocelot Pride. Okay, energy. I'm okay with this. Plains. A Johnny. Voice. Okay. Could be much worse. Hedge Maze. Trigger. Sire. I'm gonna say to Yard. Draw. K command. Go Ugin Lab. Imprint Drifter? No, Imprint Breaker. Malevolent Rumble. This way, if you find a K command, we'll be able to make use of it. Temple. Alright, so we have a kicked Mycospawn next turn then. Hold in case they try to Galvanic Discharge or Static Prison. You do want to get rid of the Arena of Glory. We'll take 3 here at a minimum. Two. A Johnny. A Johnny Trigger. Draw. Eldrazi Temple. Kick Arena of Glory. Go Ugin Lab. Ugin Lab, Imprint Drift. I think holding up the K command is correct here in case they go for a Galvanic Discharge or a Bombardment. Actually, scratch that. I'm wrong. I would have to do it now, and the reason being is that I can't cast on their turn. So I think I do want to K command now. So Scry Draw, Exile. And done. Do you have the Discharge? You do not. We find the Karn. I will pass. Next turn we can play Sire. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. We can also play the Talisman. Voice of Victory. They are not going to want to attack for obvious reasons. Draw. Another Karn. Shock. Cast. And pass. And pass. Everything's X2 there. We could go Karn, EE for 2. And 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah, we could clear it. We could clear the board next turn with Karn. One's going to scoop it up, though. Sire's 7 Deaths is a house we can build on. Alright, bring in Trinisphere and EE. Cut Karn and cut the Ghost Quarter. Let's run it back. Opponent will be bringing in Molten Range, Charmaws. Likely it, but at least some combination of those two. Huh. K command would be good. Talisman would be good. So that's 4, 8 hits off the top. Just a green source would be good. So we'll keep. I'll pass. Command. Opponent goes down to 6. We're gonna imprint Emrakul first. That's a Ragavan. That's a problem. Draw. Chrysalis. Not what I wanted to see. Imprint Emrakul. Pass. Hold up the Blade or Spawn on the off chance that you do have a Molten Rain on 2. Of course, Ragavan here is going to see a K command off top. Call it now. Hedge Maze. Actually, not much better. Ooh, they're Mardu, so they could have Thoughtseize. Dreams of Steel and Oil. I imagine they grab the Sowing Myco spawn. Now, both Ugin and Sire 7, that's are not desirable things to have cast either, admittedly. Though it is only creatures, so Sire, Sowing, or Chrysalis, right? So again, best top deck that we can find here is a K command. If they don't choose Talisman, then or don't choose Myco Spawn, then a Talisman would also be acceptable. Either that or a green source. I would have liked that Hedge Maze, though. Takes the Myco Spawn, so green source a bit Ocelot Pride, resolves, draw, Null Drift. Null Drift ain't gonna make the cut, so we'll go Ugin Lab. I guess, do we want to tuck the Null Drifter or the Ugin? They already know about Ugin's Sire. I will tuck, I think, the Sire. Yes, I'll tuck the Sire and pass. Again, we're still looking for a K command. Land. Hit me for 3. Ragavan, what does Ragavan hit? Ragavan hit Wooded Foothills. Would have actually liked that, so I could have Divination with the Null Drifter. Double Cat's a problem, though. Yeah, that is genuinely a problem, because that's going to get out of hand real quick. Breaker's not it. I'll Bajukabog target opponent. Okay, so now a decent hit off the top would be a Ugin's Lab. Ugin's Lab or Temple, so we have 6 hits off the top. K command would make for 10. So we have 10 hits off the top right now. However, we're going to take 6 damage down to 9, and we're going to see a lot of cats here. You can take the World Breaker. They were dangerously close to casting it, however. A Johnny does resolve. Oh, it's again going to be a lot of cats. Galvanic Discharge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no. This is bad. This is no bueno. So that's going to be 6 damage. Down to 3. So I think even with an Ugin we die. That's a lot of cats. Short of a K command, I don't think we have much. We can't cast a K command. Yeah, you got it. You're playing the numbers, and the numbers played us. All right. On to game 2, or game 3 rather. We'll bring in Shallows of the Void and cut the gemstone. Run it back. We didn't see any of their sideboard cards, so hard to say how they sideboarded. On the play for game 2. I will keep. Play Verdant Catacombs and pass. Put a pause on end step. Marsh Flats. Fetch. I mean, there was an argument to maybe going EE for one. There's Guide of Souls. Fetch with Verdant Cat. Hedge Maze. Trigger. Rumble top. Draw. Temple. Rumble. Worldbreaker Talisman. The Talisman's cast window here is a little bit awkward, so I think we go Worldbreaker to trigger the return. Pass. And hold. So we have some different plays here. We can go EE for 2 potentially. We can play Writhing Chrysalis. Writhing Chrysalis does move the needle towards Breaker. Dreams and Steel and Oil can actually choose EE or Chrysalis. I'd say those are the 2 choices here. So I choose the Chrysalis to slow us down. Elegant Parlor. So we could just threaten to clear the Guide of Souls. Pyromancer and pass. No attacks, not sure why there. K Command X2. In that case, I will play a forest and hold the K command. Because that will get us to Ugin or Worldbreaker next turn, depending on what we need. Go to attack. Attack for 1, we'll take. Down to 19. Second main. Down to 18, sorry. Paying cost for Molten Rain. In response. Sowing Mycospawn Breaker. 3, 5, 6. Windswept Teeth. I'm gonna go Breaker bottom. Top and top. That resolves. Play Stomping Ground Shock. Kick the Mycospawn. Get rid of the Elegant Parlor. I want to make sure they don't have access to double red. Two, three, four, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could alternatively imprint Breaker and then EE next turn, but I think, oh boy, we'll actually have 5, 6 next turn because we already played a land, right? We play the Stomping Grounds, that's right. I'd like to get to Ugin, but I think we will... I guess I could just Ugin Lab. I'll go Eldrazi Temple, I think, though. Yes. And pass. So we're currently 2 short of the Breaker. 3 short of the Ugin. Land. Static Prison. A Johnny. Voice of Victory. Triggers Guide of Souls. No attacks. Voice of Victory is a bit annoying, admittedly. Fetch with the Flooded Strand. Sacred Foundry Shock. Plays Ragavan Discharge. They could just use it as an energy ritual, but I'm going to guess they do kill it, yeah. 6 types in Yard. 10, 11, 12. So we're 1 short of an Emrakul. Draw. Malevolent Rumble. I'll play the Windswept Heath first. Windswept Heath. Fetch. I'm gonna say for Forest. Gonna double Forest here, Rumble. Trinisphere, Null Drifter. Go Null Drifter. I'm going to sack you. Okay, so I have to do this a bit awkwardly. Sack. Blue Eldrazi. Draw 2 K return. Yes. Evoke. Pass. Would have liked some lands, admittedly. Instead we found 7 mana value spells. 3 cards in hand. Double red. Bombardment. Elegant Parlor, 1 card in hand. We could get rid of Bombardment. Trinisphere. To confirm amount of mana we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we are short on all of our 7 mana value spells. Trinisphere. Pass. And pass. Ocelot Pride. Land. Draw. Null Drifter. I will evoke. K return. Evoke trigger. Ugin Lab. Ugin Lab, Imprint Breaker. And hold the K return. Fetch the Flooded Strand. Sacred Foundry tapped and pass. The combat. K return. We'll take 1 down to 11. K return will resolve. Second main. Passing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will cast Ugin. Ugin target bombardment. Plus Ugin. And opponent scoops it up. We'll take the win. Alright. Well, solid match there. Game 2 was a bit rough, but overall, can't complain. We'll be back for match 4. Alright, and we're back for match 4 on the draw for game 1. We're gonna mulligan. I will keep. The question becomes what we keep. I think we pitched the Karn. Of course, I'm gonna say that and then absolutely regret it. But we don't want to pitch the Null Drifter in case we draw into a lab. We could pitch the Writhing Chrysalis, but if it's a more aggressive matchup, it would be good to have in hand. Though currently it is not castable, but we can definitely find a way to make that work. I guess maybe Chrysalis is the weakest card here just because it is, at least at this point in time, not castable, nor is it advantageous in the long run. Like, Null Drifter eventually is either lab food or can be cast. K Command's just excellent. Rumble's just excellent. Karn can be cast in the near future with the mana that we have, so I think I'll pitch the Chrysalis and run it back. Okay, so it looks like it's Zoo. Can I actually do Mr. Chrysalis now? Damn it. Another Karn. Play Temple Pass. Yeah, the Chrysalis actually would have been good. That is a wee bit unfortunate. But once again, it was not castable, so give and take there, I suppose. Temple. There's the Scion that I was worried about. Draw. Sowing Mycospawn. Wooded Foothill. Fetch. I'm gonna go Breeding Pool Shock. This way, if we rumble over a K return, which we don't, oof, then we would have been able to Null Drift, but no dice. Yeah, Scion's gonna be an issue. Oh. I mean, if we can get Sire's 7 deaths down, we'll be in a better position. Which you might be able to do off the K command, especially if we draw into a land next turn. Arena of Glory, that's concerning. Exert for Kavu. Kavu and Ragavan? Oh, you gotta be joking. Bolt me. Probably should have bolted the spawn, admittedly, but also I'm not in a good position, so I'm not sure about that, actually. Because, jeez Christ almighty. Yeah, down to 5. So, what do we do here? That's 9 damage. I can soak up 3. I cannot exile the Kavu because it has hexproof some Scion. I can soak up 2 damage out of. I can either soak up 3 damage from the Sowing Mycospawn, or I can soak up 2 damage. But that's not enough regardless. So we die. We die. All right. I shall concede. Not much can be done about that. Alrighty. Bring in Dismember and Consign to Memory. Cut Karn, cut Gemstone, cut Ghost Quarter. Run it back. Yeah, Zoo's becoming a more popular matchup. Or popular deck, rather. Alright. On the play for game 2. I will keep there's Leyline, Ugin Lab, Imprint, cast Talisman, and pass. And pass. Ragavan. Draw. Chrysalis. Forest. Sprawl. For red. Chrysalis. Pass. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. So we can block of a spawn if needed. Otherwise, next turn we do have Ugin. Leyline Binding. Exiles Chrysalis. Confirming one more time. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I will block. Block the Ragavan. Draw. Temple. Ugin. Ugin target binding. Get back Chrysalis. Does opponent scoop? Opponent scoops. Yeah, I mean, a turn 3 Ugin. Pretty good. Alright. Go to sideboard. We'll bring back in the Gemstone Cavern and cut an Emrakul. Run it back. On the draw for game 3, this hand's really slow. I think I need to mulligan. I will keep Pitch Breaker, Pitch Sire. I'm going to say Pitch Breaker. I'm going to pass. Draw. Temple, pass. So we have a K command X2, we draw into a soul land, so it's 7 hits off the top. Fetch for a Surveil land. Thundering Falls. Triome. So this feels like a Scion on 2. Floodstrand, Fetch Shock. Yes. Kavu? Kavu. Okay, Soul Land would be good. Talisman. Forest. Talisman. Pass. We can bluff, quote-unquote, a consign. Kavu hit for 5, down to 15 at a minimum. Discard, draw, discards, ley line. Looks like they drew that late. Down to 15. Thundering Falls. I am worried about a consign if they leave up blue mana. Otherwise, we can have a K command X equals 2 to exile the Kavu. Draw. Temple. I think it's right then to kick a Myco spawn going after the Triome. Because this will force them to go after the triggers. Now they don't have the consign, we're in a good spot. And if they give me the search, but not the body, then we can definitely play the Sire next turn. If they give me a body, I can block. There's the consign. They give me the body, so we at least have a blocker. We draw into a land, we have the Sire next turn. Otherwise, we have the K command, X equals 2 to exile the Kavu. Kavu attacks. Trigger. Discards a Wild Nacatl. I will block. Again, they're keeping up blue, which is concerning. Sign Draco. Again, they have blue up. I mean, if they have the denial or the consign, we have issues. I'm going to attempt to resolve the talisman first. They let it resolve. I'm going to go to... Is there any reason not to go to upkeep? I don't believe so. Go to upkeep. This way, if they have consign or the denial, we at least then get them to use a mana on their turn. Ramp and exile. And done. There's the denial as expected. We're looking at 9 damage next turn, or this turn down to 6. Kavu pitches. Pitches what? Pitches a brawler. That makes me think they still have more gas in the tank to Counter. Tribal Flames to 1. End step. Draw. So the Sire's 7 deaths will resolve. The next question becomes, do they have a Leyline Binding? I'll pass. I'll put a pause on end step if we get an end step. Tribal Flames. You got it. All right. Unfortunate. And Bolt, just to rub it in? Okay. Okay, opponent. Well, that said, we'll be back for match 5. All right, and we're back for match 5 on the play for game 1. I mean, we have 7 hits off the top, but I think we need to mulligan. I'll keep this hand and pitch the Misty Rainforest. A bit dangerous, but of 2 K commands, I think we're okay. I say that both are going to get absolutely rolled. Opponent goes down to 5 cards. And I say this as like our last match is going against Neobrand with my luck. The 5 cards. Keeps 5. Ugin Lab, Imprint, Breaker. Pass. And hold. Temple Garden, Shock. 4. Bogles. Okay. Draw. Temple. I mean, if we draw into Ugin, it doesn't necessarily matter. Because we'll be able to push up from 3, 5, 7 regardless. So let's go Temple and pass hold up K command. Spirit Dance, it resolves. Go to combat. I'll get this out of the way now and exile the Spirit Dancer. And done. And pass. I'll take the 1. No blocks. Down to 19. Draw. Karn. Could look at EE. 2. So we could go Null Drift as well. I think I will... Do we want a Null Drift? Could also just K command. But I think I do want to drift. No. Cast Null Drifter. Trigger. Cyrus 7 Nuts Chrysalis. Pass. At least this way we're going to start annihilating. We also have a blocker unless this thing grows. 3 cards in hand. Windswept Teeth fetch. Temple Garden Shock down to 15. Green. Rancor 3/1. White. White, 4. 6/4 first strike, lifelink, trample, vigilance. No blocks. Draw. K command. X equals 3. Bottom, top, and top. We could play Mycospawn. Or we could play Karn. Either way, as we play this, I think we play Mycospawn as a block. And then I'll grab a lab. That way we can go EE for 1 and crack it on the same turn. So we're going to go lab. Lab imprint Sire and pass. No attacks. And pass. 2 cards in hand. Windswept Heath. A 9/7, 0 cards in hand. I mean, I can take the 9. Nothing gives this totem armor, right? I don't believe so. No. I'll take the 9. Down to 4. Bajukabog. Cast Karn the Great Creator. Minus Karn. Yes. For Engineered Explosives. Cast EE for 1. And opponent scoops it up. Win for game 1. Okay. Karn was able to get us there. I mean, a lot of what they play is like low cost spells. It almost plays in a way like prowess, but obviously like persistent damage. K command isn't really sufficient, neither would be dismember. EE is good, K return is good until they get big. Trinisphere might actually be good as well. So I wonder if going like this is right. And cut Karn, cut Ghost Quarter. I'm actually not sure if Bog is needed. So maybe cut Bog. And run it like this. Yeah, let's do that. We won't bring in Chalice unless we're on the play. So we go to game 3, I'll bring that in. On the draw for game 2, I will keep. I'll pass. Mulligan's down to 4 cards. That's aggressive. Is there any reason why we want to play the Temple first? If we draw into a lab, yes. Yes. So yes, we want to play Temple first in case we draw into a lab. That way we can cast the Talisman and then the Rumble all in the same turn. Down to 3. What? What were your hands? Just like, and a bunch of scoops? Okay. I guess. I'll take the win. It's not really a satisfying way to end the match, let alone the league. Oh, it's like getting a bye. It's like, well, I mean, I'm happy for the win. I just wish I got to play Magic. That's kind of why I'm here, right? All right. Well, regardless, that is a 3-2 record for real this time. Last night I did say that I had a 3-2 record when in reality I had a 2-3. I was sleep deprived. Give me a break. But for real this time, 3-2 record at the end of 5. Trying to remember our loss to Affinity. Game 1, I should have played Sire. Game 2, it was Constructs galore. I'm not entirely certain if I could have done much there, to be honest. Short of just finding a Karn for EE. Eldrazi Ramp, lost for game 2. I think I could have... On one hand, yes, we were playing around the Emrakul. On the other hand, we didn't play around the Stone Rain, which would have been worse. I would argue the Stone Rain. The main reason being that we weren't able to play anything after, right? Whereas Emrakul, we would have still been able to use the Null Drifter as a divination. I don't think that would have helped too much, but it still would have given us some playables. There's also an argument to maybe I shouldn't have sacked the spawns to outgrow the World Break and maybe just let them bounce. So there's a thought there as well that I could have considered. So a few different lines that I think if played differently would have resulted in different the outcome would have been different. I think if I had played around the Stone Rain rather than the Emrakul, we would have been able to cast the Myco Spawn at a minimum, which would have allowed us an additional card to apply pressure and in turn win. So I think that's kind of the rundown there. Energy game 2, I think we just got varianced, right? If I remember correctly, we were looking for K Command or a green source. We just did not find it in a timely manner, and they just outgrew us. Zoo game 1, Ragavan beats. Did we get variants there as well? Maybe? I honestly can't remember game 1. Game 3, I mean... Scion turn 2 into a hasty Kavu 3 with a bolt to face. So by turn 3, they're dealing how much damage at that point? That's 9, 12 on 3. Was it 12? Or was it more? I want to say it was 12 damage on 3. Yeah, that sounds right. So not much we could have done there. Then yeah, Bogles, pretty straightforward. Nothing really to write home about there. So, regardless, I think we could have taken some different lines in Affinity and in Eldrazi Ramp, but otherwise, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. Regardless, though, deck's performing well. Happy with the list as a whole. Only thing that I'm still considering is adding a Vexing Bauble. I'm going to look at both the opening hand data and the play rate data or play data and see what the weakest sideboard card is and maybe trim a copy. I want to say it's going to be Dismember. So I might trim a copy of Dismember. It's either that or probably Stonebrain. One of those two for a Vexing Bauble, I think. I think it just might be necessary if Neoform becomes more and more of an issue, honestly. But regardless, that being said, we will end the video there. As always, if you guys did enjoy today's video, please do consider hitting the like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. It is always appreciated. For as much as I hope that y'all learn from me in both my success and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you have reached this point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button as we're getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers. At that point, I'll be able to start monetizing these videos, which will allow me to start saving up towards a streaming PC so I can stream live over on Twitch. My goal is to start doing that before the end of this year, and we're almost halfway through somehow. Can I just say that right now? Like, I just came to that realization, like, oh, I mean, I'm hoping for by the end of this year I'll be able to start streaming. I was like, how far into the year are we? Just for some reason I went, oh, we're halfway through the year. What the hell is that? Sorry to all the people who I also just gave that existential crisis to. So, you're welcome. I'm spreading the mental trauma. Jokingly, of course. That being said, though, for real, that is our goal, is to start streaming live over on Twitch. In the meantime, though, while we are not monetized on YouTube, you can continue to support me over on Patreon, where you'll get early access to my YouTube videos, as well as updates to my deck guides. That being said, though, I'll be honest, my videos are probably the best resource. You get to see the deck in real time. I talk through my plays, my thoughts, my mulligans. You get a good feel from it, and from what people have been telling me, it's actually been resulting in some really good results from them playing the lists as well, which I'm really happy to hear. So keep on giving me that feedback, leaving comments on the videos. It helps with the analytics, as well as is really reassuring for me knowing that it is helpful in some way, shape, or form. But with that being said, and a long rant over, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.